film reels, unleavened life stretched thin by time. We cross deserts of silence, with stars in our eyes and stars in the sky. Our Matzah was a script, our sorrow set the sweetness of sound. Each bitter tear a lens flare, each miracle tightly wound. We didn't part seas, but we lit up the screen, made magic with shadows and gold. From Sinai to Sunset Boulevard, our stories, once whispered, were told. This is our Seder of cinema, a feast of survival and grace. The miracle isn't just that we made it, it's how we lit up the place. This is our Seder of cinema, a feast of survival and grace. The miracle isn't just that we made it, it's how we lit up the place. It's how we lit up the place.
All right. Welcome. How's everybody doing on Hump Day? Well, we've got a pretty interesting broadcast. How did you like the world premiere, man? Yes, we are devoted to fighting anti-Semitism and even more broadly cognitive dissonance with art, glamour, awesomeness. Come on. We're making the proposition that the thing that everyone loves about America, and I find the people that are really ticked off about the whole Trump thing, they're just like, oh, Trump, I find that they feel that the very thing, the very fabric, the very essence of America, what makes us so unique and so cool, is like we had the first black president. ever in the history of the Western world. Our cultural diversity and inclusion is legendary, and people that really have a problem with Trump is they feel that he's he's attacking this diversity and inclusion thing that America is known for his own ego, and he's appealing to this sort of hillbilly part of America, like these, racist deliverance, ding 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 ding, like he's cultivating this culture of xenophobia, and he's doing that by his hardcore stance on immigration. And I find that people that really, really hate Donald Trump view him and his administration in that light. And what we're doing here with the Life is a Miracle podcast and the Stars of David experience, right, is we're making the argument that it was this thing of diversity that America is known for was first exported to the world in the golden age of cinema. And this was not possible with Jewish executive producers and playwrights and this whole thing that we love about cinema was because of like Puritan Christian money or Islamic fundamentalist financing would have never put on the screen the imagery that we see, and we are celebrating this history through painting portraits of these golden age cinema stars, immortalizing these faces of cinema on canvas, so we can sell prints and NFTs, have exhibitions, have red carpet events, and just drive the anti-Semites of the world crazy by us having so much fun and creating just so much value. So that's the whole point of what we're doing. And so, we're attacking the whole thing on multiple fronts, because this is the Chicago Jewish Alliance. This is a post that they put out just a couple of days ago. And so this is Northwestern University. All right. So what are we, the 16th? I think this post is the 14th. So 2 days ago, some kids decided it would be incredibly Infada now, death to Israel, right? This is on the Holy Passover week, and so they're making a specific message to, this was a blatant act of anti-Semitic hate, and we will not stand for it. Of course. Wait, let's see. One of the buildings vandalized was the Cressedge Centennial Hall, home of the Holocaust Education Foundation of Northwestern University, founded by Auschwitz survivor Theodore Zev Weiss. All right, so these kids who are doing this, horrific act of desecration, it's particularly bizarre because it would be understandable, right, if these college kids were just like hardcore white supremacist Nazis, but they're not. And so you can, all right, they're these kids, right? The ones who are doing this have this type of sentiment, all right? So the cognitive dissonance there is unbelievably profound. Right, this you can't pink-wash colonialism, queers for Palestine, and the thing that is so fascinating is these are college kids. Northwestern University is a very prestigious university, right? It's a very prestigious higher place of learning. There's supposed to be abilities of logic and understanding going on at these universities, right? And so all you have to do is right in gaze thrown off of buildings in the Muslim world, and you get these horrific pictures, right? So here's this homosexual being thrown off a building, and then he lands on the pavement, and because he's not dead, they stone him to death. All right? So if these kids were neo-Nazi white supremacists, it would be understandable for them to be desecrating Jewish places like this Holocaust Remembrance Hall. But they're not, right? So there's many more horrific pictures, but these are abstract enough that you can get the idea, right? And so my point is you cannot get to these kids because these are all like 20-year-olds, right? Late teens, early 20s. We've all done stupid stuff when we were in that age. Everybody. It's a rite of passage. And today we don't have a tight sort of nuclear family where you can sort of observe your parents interact with their uncles and cousins and so on and so forth. There's like not a lot of adult leadership, so we have to kind of take the place of the adults in the room, and by creating art and telling these stories of how important the Jewish culture was for the advancement of LGBTQ ideas and acceptance, and if you look here, this idea that Israelis are colonialist, white, toxic, male people right? Here's Israel. Right there, that little red thing is Israel. Everything else is the Islamic world. And so the argument is just not there in the basis of reality that Israel is on some colonialist rampage. Of course, these kids are horrified by war and everything that's going on, the Ukraine war, the war in Gaza, but trying to put, Vladimir Putin and the Israeli people into this box, this colonialist box. It's like that's the new evil in the God is dead world of today. That before, when God was here, we had devil and hell, and so now that God isn't here anymore, we have to construct a type of evil that everyone can rally against, and that evil seems to be the toxic white male, the patriarchy, right? And so we, as the adults in the room, can't stand by without making our point known. And so today, in that idea of fun, art, music video, and celebration, I put together, with the help of Gamma AI, this awesome app. And so we're going to relate Jewish stars as a response to this desecration of this hall in Northwestern University. We're going to combat that with a celebration and a look at Seder symbols and making a correlation to Golden Age movie stars. I did this with the help of AI. So let's see. All right. So first we have the matzah, right? The unleavened bread, and we can make a relationship to this this member of the Jewish Seder, right? And we can relate that to Lauren Bacall. Let's give it up to Lauren Bacall, and let's give it up to, yes, the Jewish stars and Seder symbols, right? We're going to put the two together in a celebration of how the Jewish influence in Hollywood brought diversity and inclusion to the world. Before Israel was a state. So she grew up in humble beginnings without a father, forged a path in a male-dominated industry. So we're going to say there's a relationship to Lauren Bacall and unleavened bread. Come on, that's pretty cool, right? And next on the list is bitter herbs, the maror. All right, so this cuisine is a little bit new to me, so please forgive me if I don't pronounce it certain words correctly. So Edward G. Robinson, born as Emmanuel Goldenberg, was born to Jewish family in Romania. So the bitter herbs, we can make a relationship to the bitterness of slavery. And Edward G. Robinson never forgot what his family endured, and he was a fierce advocate supporting the Jewish people during World War II. And so let's give it up for Edward G. Robinson. And Charosette, sweet paste. All right, sweetness and struggle. And we're going to relate that to Judy Holliday, born Judith Tubin. And she navigated challenges facing blacklisting as an outspoken Jewish woman, and she brought comedy to post-war America. So at the Seder plate, we're going to make a connection between Charosette and Judy Holliday, and I think we can give it up for Judy Holliday. Next on the list is Kirk Douglas. All right, Karpas, parsley dipped in salt water, hope and tears, and we're going to make that relationship with Kirk Douglas, born as Izar Danielovich. Wow, okay, didn't know that. He spoke often of his family's journey to America, and he was a powerful voice, carrying both the joy and the memory of hardship. So parsley dipped in salt water is a metaphor for hope and tears embodied by a golden age cinema favorite, Kirk Douglas. Come on. And Zora, okay, Shankbone, sacrifice and deliverance, embodied in the image and presence of Paul Mooney. Let's give it up. He portrayed Emily Zola's stand against injustice. He was known for playing noble characters who were oppressed or were known for their heroic roles. Down the music just a touch. And he was first born as Michelin Meyer Weisenfront. Wow, what a mouthful. Hope I said that halfway correctly. Paul Mooney embodied Jewish people's sacrifices. So Shankbone, a metaphor for sacrifice and deliverance, embodied by Paul Mooney. All right, I think that's pretty cool. And of course, let's give it up for everybody's favorite Mel Brooks. So, Mel Brooks is a metaphor for the Britza, the egg, renewal and birth. All right, so Mel was born as Melvin Kaminsky, and he was the comedic phoenix, rose from ashes of war and trauma, and rebirthed Jewish identity through film. New generation, absolutely. Let's give it up for the comedic, just brilliance and innovation of Mel Brooks. Resurrection through laughter. Use comedy and to process the Jewish experience. All right. And so that's our answer. celebration to the horrors of contemporary anti-Semitism at our colleges, right? At our places of higher learning, trying to mold the Jewish people as players in the white colonialist male genre, all right? It's just totally hilarious. So, anyways, okay, this actually can be all right. And we're going to play the Seder of Cinema. And so this was, I'm going through ChatGPT to put the presentation together, and it asks me, because it helped me write poetry for some other project, and said, like, would you like to create some poetry for this presentation that we just did, right? So it helped me with the text for this presentation, and I was like, sure, write a poem. So it wrote this poem, and I called it the Seder of Cinema. I then used those lyrics to create a song, and I premiered the song in the cold open. And so what do you say we check out the song, right? World premiere. Are we ready for the world premiere once again? So here we are. Let's give it up. The music video. It's actually just a video with words called The Seder of Cinema. And here we go.
We rose on crumbs and film reels, unleavened life stretched thin by time. We crossed deserts of silence, with stars in our eyes and stars in the sky. Our Matzah was a script, our sorrow set the sweetness of sound. Each bitter tear a lens flare, each miracle tightly wound. We didn't part seas, but we lit up the screen, made magic with shadows and gold. From Sinai to Sunset Boulevard, our stories, once whispered, were told. This is our Seder of Cinema, a feast of survival and grace. The miracle isn't just that we made it, it's how we lit up the place. the place.
Yeah, baby. So what'd you think? I'm pretty stoked. That came out great. The Seder of Cinema. And by creating art and music, right? So the short game is to do exactly what the Chicago my or is it? Oops. All right, I'll go. All right, I've got my canvas set up here so I can't see half of the screen. Sorry about that. The Chicago Jewish Alliance, yes. So this is the necessary action, right? You just hit the thing right on. You let everybody know this is unacceptable, and the Chicago Jewish Alliance is very proactive. They're always out there meeting anti-Semitism with energy and passion. And the long game, we're talking in terms of decades. So as we look back, decades from now, where the Chicago Jewish Alliance and many other organizations, I've got the boots on the ground today. What we're doing is setting it up so we can build on the work of these activist groups and be like, look, okay, Marlene Dietrich was literally like the female Moses of of inclusion and diversity, right? And so I'm painting, I'm doing a series on Dietrich, right? So this is the source image, and we keep it. It's a type of painting technique that I've developed over the years, right? So we keep her upside down, right? So there she is. Here's the painting. Here's the source image, and we try to keep the source image about the same size as the painted image. And so this is sort of a binary launching, sort of rock out with your block out kind of thing going on there, man. And then we slowly start to bring in the tones. So as you can see, we're right about there, right? We're starting to bring in the tones, and we keep it upside down for as long as we can. We keep it as loose as we can, as long as we can. And then eventually we get to the point where we can turn it over. And I'll explain more why we do go through this sort of upside down ritual. But as you can see, this is maybe about an hour's worth of work, hour and a half at the most. And we're well on our way. So as you can see, we're doing pretty good in terms of the locations, pretty good on the eyes, where the eyes and the nose are. And we just gotta go in for the kill and make everything more closer representative to the source image. And this will be eventually a poster museum heirloom quality prints, and an NFT, right? So there's all kinds of ways to bring this movement to an international audience, and the goal is to also bring these images on a mural, sort of in a mural format, right? Super big, super large, and the essence of these images is that we're saying this is a celebration of the golden age of cinema. She is just like, the first gender bender major star. She was an immigrant that was courted by the Nazis and came to the United States and worked with Jewish producers, and the Nazis hated her. And then she went back and entertained the troops that were trying to break through the Siegfried Line, gave tons and tons of money to help the refugees escape Nazism. So within her image is the story of immigration, fight against anti-Semitism, gender equality, transgender acceptance, gender fluidity, I guess you could say, because there she is in the 1930s with a top hat, dressed like a dude. I mean, come on. That's really just a groundbreaking force, and she would have never had the fame and her image of diversity and inclusion, her message would have never seen the light of day if it wasn't for the Jewish executive producers who had the desire to bring these types of sensibilities to the silver screen. So that's kind of what we're all about. And so I'm going to now show everybody, kind of like, so this is, right? Here's the canvas. This is my computer screen. And so this is how fast and easy. All right.
Get YouTube Music Premium.
Okay, so let's see how quickly that went. Boom, boom, boom. This is this classical artist method for executives. I created this for people like me and people like you who could, if given half a chance, to explore the world of portraiture, right, in a very simple, straightforward, very neat, very clean. It's very easy. You just set up, put it down. The most intensive part is cleaning your brushes. All right. And once again, we've got prints on sale, right? We've got, so if you go here, right, the QR code, you will come to here, which is this, and we're selling these museum quality prints in 3 formats: an intimate collection, a salon collection, and an exhibition collection. And so this is an example of a print, an heirloom print. So much fun. That's my logo in the background. It's signed with a serial number. And these are heirloom museum quality representations of an actual painting, which will become an NFT and also will be a mural in some lucky city somewhere. Yeah, let's give it up. Okay, so let's see, we go here. I thought I had it ready for, here it is. Okay, so what sort of the origin story of the Stars of David experience, where I'm using my artistic skill to fight not just anti-Semitism but cognitive dissonance, I'm gonna fight against stupidity. Come on. Can't be stupid. And I proposed this image here that you see here. I proposed that image for a mural proposal in this supposed super duper DEI village, and I was told by a local business person who's been in the community for like decades. He's like, "You don't have a chance in hell, dude." I was just like, "What? What?" That's what I said. He goes, "You don't have a chance in hell to get this image of Marlene Dietrich onto this mini mural proposal in the cities." He says, "This city's got a DEI charter, and DEI charter is, and the whole thing is sort of antithetical to your image." He was like, Marlene Dietrich is too sexy, she's too beautiful, she's too pro-Israel, and the worst thing of all for this DEI village is she's too white. And once again, I went, wait, where is it? I was just like, I couldn't believe that this dude was telling me this, but he was correct. This image got rejected not once, not twice, but actually 3 times, because I put it in my story into a little mini film, and the festival rejected it. So I was just like stunned that this Dietrich's image could be so salacious and provocative. And so I created this video as homage to being rejected by this community. I was stunned. So here it is. Here, let me turn the music down. All right, here we go.
Push me away, watch me fall, scream and shout. My heart's on fire, I try my best, gave you my love, but you just push me away, watch me fall, scream and shout. My heart's on fire, but you don't leave it here, you don't admire. I'm not good enough, it's crystal clear. You keep me locked up in this prison fear, when I wanna sleep with you.
Sorry about that. I kept changing I've got my scenes a little bit messed up. All right. Okay, so that we went a lot of it's covered a lot of territory, didn't we? Jewish stars and Seder symbols. All right. Yeah. We gotta definitely tighten up my scenes here. All right. Jewish stars and Seder symbols. That's what we went through today. Relating Golden Age movie stars with different cuisine items on the Seder plate. And then we premiered the world premiere where we put this presentation to song. So we're going to end with that, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
We rose on crumbs and film reels, unleavened life stretched thin by time. We crossed deserts of silence, with stars in our eyes and stars in the sky. Our Matzah was a script, our sharu set the sweetness of sound. Each bitter tear a lens flare, each miracle tightly wound. We didn't part seas, but we lit up the screen, made magic with shadows and gold. From Sinai to Sunset Boulevard, our stories, once whispered, were told. This is our Seder of cinema, a feast of survival and grace. The miracle isn't just that we made it, it's how we lit up the place. Place. This is our Seder of cinema, a feast of survival and grace. The miracle isn't just that we made it, it's how we lit up the place. It's how we lit up the place.